Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Istanbul by Rüdiger Dorn, probably mispronounced, and published by AEG. This is an award-winning game, and actually Luke Laurie recommended it just after recommending Concordia, and boy, these are both fantastic games. I highly recommend this. Again, this game to me has a wonderful mid-ground from casual to medium weight, right? It's not the first game you got to play, but it has enough going for it on the easy to understand play area that if you have a group of gamers who've been gaming together, starting to get into more meaty stuff, this is great. And the one thing I'll say is it takes a little bit to learn. You have to learn about a lot of different places. It's easy, but for more experienced gamers, I think it's easy. For incomers, I wouldn't pull it out and read at the table the first time. I'd sit down, learn how to play, and then bring people to play with you as a recommendation. But so basically, the way this game works is you are merchants in Istanbul, presumably, and what you're doing is you are trying to be the first player to have the most jewels, right? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in all games, but 2 players, and 6 in a 2-player game. This game plays really well for 2 players. It's almost one of its strong suits. The other, with more players, it's fun too. And you do this by going to a variety of locations. Now, I only have 9 locations here. There are actually 16. You lay them all out, and different boards have different configurations for easier or harder games. But the way this game works is each one of these locations has a different sort of transaction model, right? It's like a bazaar, give or take, right? And in some of them, you get goods, which are marked with squares on your board. Some of them allow you to expand your pouch, or I guess it's your wagon, because it's like the name of the location is like the Wainwright. You can use goods to get money. You can use money to get jewels. You can do all sorts of different equations. And what you're going to be doing in the game is moving around the board in order to do that. And in a race to be the first player to get the jewel. So you're just racing to all the different stores to bring your goods and sell it and sell those things to go over here and come on back here. So it's got that feel. The reason this game is so good and so good for getting from casual to a little bit heavier is the turn speed and mechanics are really fast. It's sort of like Concordia. It's actually faster than Concordia in that you as a player are represented by your merchant, that guy or gal, or no, probably old man, and your assistants, which are these discs underneath you. Now you can get an extra assistant later in the game. And what you do is you can move one spot vertically or horizontally, and when you do, you then leave behind an assistant and make a mess. You leave behind an assistant. If you leave an assistant at a spot, you can use it. But you're only moving, well, you can move, actually, you can move up to 2 spots. But if you leave and there's some different cards, they'll let you do different things. But if you leave if you're walking 1 or 1, 2, and you say, I'm going to leave an assistant, you then get to use the location. So that's how you use the location. Well, you then move somewhere else, and you use the location. You move somewhere else, and you're leaving your little, breadcrumbs along. If you don't have an assistant to leave behind, you can't do anything. Your turn is just the movement. The other thing is if you go and you want to pick an assistant up, you pick it up and you can also use the spot. So you have this limited mobility that has you sort of retracing your steps and picking up merchants. But all you're really doing is moving a spot and taking that location's action. Done. Moving a spot, taking that location's action. And then all of the locations just add a richness. There's a place where you can send one of your family members, which are these, to another part of the board. And then if another player knocks into them, they send them back. And it just works. It just works. It's almost too much to explain. Really read the rules first. But once you get it, sitting down, it's like, this is how this one works. And this is how this one works. This is how this one works. You move like this. Let's play. And you answer questions along the way. And it just zips. It zips. And that's what makes it work. This is one of those games that you play as a designer. And you're just like, man, wow, he nailed it. Or I assume it's a he. And it's really worth adding to your collection. There's a expansion which I haven't played yet, but I will because I like this game so much I picked up the expansion. Anyway, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. More importantly, play some great games. Thanks.